Namaste student, myself Dr. Siraj, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today I will discuss about method of insect pest assessment, crop yield losses and calculation based on economic of IPM. Then first is population assessment. Using fixed plot survey and drawing survey, population assessment is done either by visual observation or sampling. And then two types: fixed plot survey. The plot is fixed in an area and the count are made periodically at weekly intervals from seeding to maturity phase. Then second is roving survey. Roving survey is data on insect population and damage will be gathered from randomly selected plots in an areas. And then other methods used in the insect population assessment. Then first is net sweeping of hoppers, dragonfly, damselfly, grasshopper, and wet plant sweeping of the rice thieves in nursery, and sudden tapping or trapping with polythene bags for airhead bugs, pests and of sorghums and cucumber. Then light trapping of phototropic insects, pheromone trapping on specific insects, sticky trap of whitefly, aphid and hoppers. Then bats trap like fish meal trap for sorghum fruit fly, methyl eugenol for fruit flies, and assessment after knocking down on insect using chemicals. Then other methods is use of burlage funnel for soil and storage mites. Then after the assessing the insect population, decision regarding the types of control measures to be followed is done based on the economic threshold level ETL and economic engine level EIL of the pest. The beginning point of EIL is known as grain threshold. And then economic threshold level. What is economic threshold definition? Population density at which control measures should be determined to prevent an increasing pest population from reaching the EIL. ETL is experimentally designed as follow: measure the yield of crops for a range of pest densities including zero control plot under controlled experiments. Measures the yield and total crop renew in the same type of experiment for each management practices to be analyzed. Then compute total crop revenue for each management at each pest density, yield into price per unit of output. Then compute net revenue and the total pest density where the net revenue under controlled and uncontrolled condition are equal in the economic threshold level. And then marginal crop revenue at the 7% of the affected fruits. Then crop revenue from taking action minus crop revenue from not taking action. Then assessment of insect population and damage. And then object to know the extent of pest load and their damage, to work out economic injury level and economic threshold level, to estimate yield loss, to decide the timing of control measures in order to avoid indiscriminate used for insecticide. Then first is rice. Rice is sucking pest thrips feeding result in the longitudinal curling and yellowing with pointed leaf tips, mostly in the nursery. Leaves may dry in due course. Pass wet palm or table tennis bed over the seedling 5 players, and count the number of thrips. ETL 25 upon 5 phase or 10% of the affected seedling. Then the brown plant hopper feeding on stem just above water level resulting in hopper 1. Count the total number of insect in 10 hills selected random in the per 1 square meter area. ETL is 1 per tiller or 2 per tiller is predatory spider is present. Then chewing insects, rice stem borer assessment in based on the eggs and larva damage, presence of yellowing brown egg mass near the leaf tip, and presence of dead heart at vegetative stage or white hair in the reproductive stage. Eggs in the nursery, number of eggs masses per meter square. Then wall maggot assessment is based on damage marginal broaching and yellow patch on the leaf in 10 randomly selected plant. Then cotton sucking pest, mostly sucking pest is rapid de-shaping by apid colonies resulting curling and uh, crinkling of leaf. Honeydew secreted by aphids attacked ant and invite sooty mold. Count the number of infested plant in 100 randomly selected plant and arrive at a percent. ETL is 20%. Then whitefly sedentary oval shaped nymph and pupa and a small white moth like adult insect dissect the leaves resulting in yellowing, honeydew secretion and sooty mold infection. Count the number of nymph and pupa on the three leaves, one at bottom, one at middle and at the top during vegetable and majority phase. ETL is 5 per leaf. Then spotted bollworm symptoms are whittling of the shoot, present on the bore holes at the base on the ball plug is external. Then vegetable most pest is a shoot and fruit borer. A vegetative state attack the shoot, resulting drying and dropping of shoots. Count the total number of shoots damaged and arrive as a percentage. Number basis, count the infested as well as healthy fruits and arrive at a percentage. Then weight basis, weight the damaged and healthy fruits and work out the percentage at harvest. Then defoliators method first, select 10 plants per plot at random, count the total number and number of leaf affected and arrive as a percent. And number method second is divided each leaf into 4 quarters, count affected quarters and work out the damage. And method third is tracing and margin of whole leaf and affected portion on a graph sheet to measure the area and work out percent of damage. Method fourth is introduce the infested leaf into the leaf area matter and compare it with healthy leaf and difference with the give the area damaged by the insect. And then leaf hopper, based on the number of insect is 3 fully opened, expression is as number per leaf grinding the damage usually by observing and the leaf in sample plant. Grade first is free from hopper burn, grade second is creaking and curling of a few leaves mostly in the upper portion of the plant and yellowing. Then grade third is a creaking and curling of leaf all over the plant and stunt growth. Then mean grade insect in G1 N1 plus G2 N2 plus G3 N3 plus G4 N4 upon N. Then this is important of methods of insect pest assessment of crop losses and calculation based on the economic of IPM. Thank you.